Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Stranded Alien Dawn, and this time we're actually playing it rather than talk about other playthroughs I've been doing and comparing them. As usual with this game recently, when I've signed in, my kind of first thought is to play it on a bit and move the gameplay on to a later point. But each time I kind of think about it, which is what I was intending to do today, then I kind of realised, I think I mentioned this before, because this game, the whole point is the busy work, the building things, the scavenging, the researching. If I just skip through a lot of it, it stops making sense really. And as there's not an end point to this game, I think there is. I think way down the line there's a point where you're hoping to be picked up by another ship or something like that, or rescued. But I'm not going to get to that point in this series of videos. Then I kind of always think, well, yeah, I can skip through, but then I'm going to come into the next video a day later and say, hey, this is what happened yesterday, which doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to do a small video. I'm trying to keep all the videos about this game relatively short. Just on today's goings on, and then we'll see where we go. So anyway, we've all woken up, and just to show you that video game characters can hear what you say and they listen, Maki is actually doing research, which I've never seen her do before in any playthrough or in this playthrough, and she's actually gone to do research. So she's obviously listened to what I've been saying, that she doesn't pull away, and she's gone to do research. So yay Maki. So there you go, characters not only learn from experiencing what they do in the actual game, they learn from what you say as well. So there you go. So everybody else is doing what they were kind of assigned to do yesterday. It's kind of early morning still, so Rita's observing orange mushrooms. Like I said, always searching, you know, the undergrowth, search around everywhere. There may not be this much undergrowth, but always search around, because there may be one little mineral, one stone, one plant that you don't see, one insect that can really make a lot of difference. And Nova is, where's Nova gone? I don't know. She's doing something somewhere. Oh, she's scavenging over there. She's scavenging the ship. You can see from the top, because metal is the first thing on that top central bar. We don't really need more scrap metal, but what you find sometimes, this is where you'll find things related to ship crashes. So you can find new weapons, you can find medical kits, that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm scavenging these. It's not because I need more metal. I mean, I will at some point, but I don't now. I may have someone cut down these purple leaf trees, because they make sticks, and purple leaf, which doesn't sound interesting, but in another playthrough I did, you learn through different playthroughs that you do. I'm doing, I discovered that purple leaf thing mixed with some other vegetable, I can't remember which one it is. You can make a kind of meal out of it, which they like, and you can pickle it. And in the other game I was absolutely struggling to find that. And this game is, like you can see, the whole forest of it, so it's weird how different things are in different places. It's the more you play this game, the more you sign into something and a new playthrough, a new area, and you'll see straight away, oh, that's the thing I want. Some things are, you know, they are like these bushes, they make hay, which is like, but some things in trees make sticks or wood. But some things are very relevant. Some things are less relevant early on. These things have silicon plants and things like that, which are, you know, you don't need silicon straight away. It's not a lifesaver. And Quinn is making chairs, because like I said before, even if there's 2 chairs and everyone's not eating at the same time, they tend to stand around eating if they haven't got 4 chairs. I don't know why they do that. In fact, sometimes even if there's 4 chairs, they stand and eat in a corner. I think Maki ate in the corner of her shelter, and even everyone else was doing something, so I don't know, they do what they do. Maybe people don't feel social sometimes, so that's where we are with what's going on. If you watched the last video, then you'll see how all the other playthroughs I showed you in that video, that's all the other ones I've done, but that's the other ones I showed. I think it was 3, and in all of them there's lots and lots of space. There's lots of either desert or these grass fields or whatever, plains. But in this, it's really high density of plant life, which I tend not to prefer. I didn't know I didn't prefer it until I got into this playthrough. I've just found an interesting thing. I'll come back to that. So if you remember, if you watch any other playthrough, I accidentally built a research desk over here, trying to place it, and I obviously put one there. I didn't even notice until later. And now I found out, and I didn't know this at all, that if you have two research desks, two people will research at the same time. I didn't think about that, I didn't know that. If I had thought about it, I might have wondered, but I hadn't even considered it. So that's a thing worth knowing, actually. Not necessarily in this playthrough, but just in general. So if you have two research desks, because I imagine that works the same with tailor desks and workshop desks and everything else, then they'll both research at the same time. Which also means, I think one of the playthroughs I showed on the last video, I had 5 survivors, because one came along later. Then if you've got more people, which you will get, I guess, eventually, again, you can make extra desks for whatever you want and give them things. That's definitely worth knowing. So coming back to what I was saying before, I prefer the barren areas, the desert plains, because this is just cluttered. And although in a sense you'd think there's more research, I mean, I don't actually, more research, more resources, I don't actually think there is. There's lots of plants, but I've not seen as many animals. There's not as many crashed bits of ship. There's not as many minerals and rocks, so it all balances out. But I don't think this is just pulls out while Nova's idling. I don't look at this and think this is great, because it's harder to see what's going on, it's harder to move around, you can't see where people have gone, you can't see what you're looking for. And I don't think resource was like, at the beginning it might look like, yeah, there's loads of resources. Actually, they're just plants and things. And as I said in another video, obviously plant type stuff, even wood, that goes off and can go bad and rot, whereas minerals and stone and metal don't. So I would actually prefer the others for lots of reasons. But anyway, it's what it is. So now Rita and Maki are both researching at the same time, so that's good. Quicker research is good. So I'm just thinking what I want Nova to do. Not really a great deal of rocks around here. Like I said, the thing about Nova, or those ones that do scavenging, is there'll always be something. We can harvest some trees, we've got some wood, but you can always use more. I could harvest that purple leaf, but then that's the thing that goes off, and I haven't got any fermentation barrels or pickling equipment yet. I've not even researched it, I don't think so. That would be pointless now. So let's have Nova go and cut down some trees, because you see what I mean about the fact you've got all this undergrowth. It's just a little bit annoying. Not annoying in the sense it's the game's fault, but just annoying. I might get someone to observe that. I've not had. Actually, cut that one down. Yeah, it's just a little bit annoying when you're trying to see around and you get all these little bits in the way. Also, yeah, as you just saw, lots of these things, trees, some of the grassy bushes, they all look kind of similar, and it's very easy to think that you've researched everything or observed everything, and then you'll find something that's standing next to something else and you think, oh, I've already seen that, it's a tree. But it's not, it's a different kind of tree. And like I said, all the different things can have slightly different outputs and benefits. Okay, so there we are. I'll forward it a little bit. But everyone's doing something, which is good. We've got not that much stuff in reserve, but that's fine. We've got a lot of reserve kind of food. We found liquid fuel. Oh, that's probably from the liquid fuel comes from the crashed spaceship, so that's where that came from. We wouldn't mind finding, which is one of the reasons I sent them to scavenge the wrecked spaceship parts, because I'll still have only got 2 weapons. I've not researched weapon crafting, and even if I do, you just get spears and a basic spears and basic bow and a basic crossbow. I'd rather have a plasma gun, who wouldn't? So I'm still looking around for that. But there's not a lot of spaceship wreckage. Oh, see now. I've got to laugh. See, Maki has done a bit of research. It's still morning and she's going back to sleep. And she's having a risk of a meltdown. So, like, it isn't just... I'm going to pause it again. It isn't just me. I mean, I know I was kind of joking in the last couple of videos about Maki. But I said earlier, like, these characters I've played that I decided not to ever use again because they were annoying. And, you know, you've seen from this, like, even the bits of playthroughs I've seen, Maki doesn't really... She's not very durable. So she doesn't do a lot of things, and if she does do something, she gets tired or she wants to sleep. So, you know, okay, she's having a melt. I know why she's having a meltdown. I don't even actually care. Let's see what it says. Happiness is 19%. She doesn't get on with Nova. That's because Nova does loads of stuff, and probably Maki's just lying around, so I can't blame Nova for not liking her. I don't like her. She's not had much rest. She's always sleeping. How can she not have had much rest? Relaxation. She's always sleeping. So again, same. She's got a mild pain. She is a mild pain. She's got a lightning injury. I don't know how that happened. Crushingly unhappy. Whatever. I mean, like, I'd like to, like, joking aside, I'd like to help her, but I don't know what we can really do. It's not one of those things where it's like you can build this building or this thing and it's going to make her better. She's got a lightning injury, but no one's treated her, so I'm guessing it's untreatable. I don't know, because usually if it's something you can treat, you don't need to click on anybody. The healing person, Nova does healing, she would come and heal her unless Nova doesn't want to heal her. I mean, if Maki wants to have a meltdown and sit in a bed, like, dwelling on stuff, well, you know, she's not much use anyway, so she might as well do it. I don't really care. But yeah, that's what I was saying. So you do find characters that are less helpful, and also coupled with the fact, like I said, some of these ones that specialise in healing and farming and those things are not that useful that often. Also, some of those tend to be the more brittle ones, and they get upset quickly or they get tired quickly, and yeah, so no surprise that Maki is sleeping because she's going to have a meltdown, and no one's going to hear her because no one's even noticed. I mean, everyone else is getting about their stuff. You know, they've got to do things, they've got to do stuff, and she's busy having a meltdown. And I guess, you know, like I don't like those characters in the game, they're annoying, but I guess in real life, if you had this situation where you're 8 days in, so I guess it would be like that. There would be people very quickly, probably much quicker than that in a few days, or straight away actually, that would completely go to pieces because of the situation. You crashed on an alien world on a desert island, whether it might be even if it happens in the real world here. There'd be people that very quickly would go to pieces, wouldn't know what to do, and people that would just get on with it, people that would be natural leaders. You get all that generally. So it's good because they've added that in, and if everyone was Nova and they all didn't have meltdowns and they were all very stoic and got on with it, then that wouldn't be how it would really be. You just have to try and avoid the ones that melt down. Oh, we found a pulse rifle, so that's good because that's kind of exactly demonstrated the point that I was making about searching derelict space wrecks. You end up finding extra bits and pieces. So we found a pulse rifle, which is great. Whoever's found it, what they'll do, you don't have to do anything with it, they'll bring it back to the storage area. So that's good. Probably Nova found it because she seems to have been. That's good. Queen's repairing the research desk. It probably got damaged by lightning or something because it's a long way away from everything. I'm not going to bother doing anything with it. It's just a kind of bonus if they want to go over there and use it. Fine. If it gets blown up and it falls to pieces, that's fine. At the moment we've only got 3 functioning survivors because Maki's using her time to sleep, which is really going to benefit everybody and everything else. It's not going to benefit her, but because she wakes up, things won't have changed. She'll just be hungry and no one will like her even more. So there's Nova bringing the pulse rifle. So yeah, Quinn's research. I can't remember what we're researching now, actually. Okay, Rita's going to sleep. That's fine, Rita. You've done a good day's work. Nova's bought the rifle, Quinn's researching. I like the fact they do, I think I said this before, I like the fact they do different things at different times. They don't all go to sleep at the same time because they wouldn't. Nova's done her bits for the day. What I will do is I'll just show you one more. I think I've shown this before, but there's Rita, who is okay with combat. Often, in the early playthroughs I did when I wanted lots of the specialist ones that did the things I've now said I don't really want, like farming and healing, combat character, because she does crafting and farming and cooking and other bits, but she also does combat. So what we'll do, like I said before, if you want to get someone to pick up a gun, you go to their their equipment tabs and you just click on this and we'll go down. Oh, Rita's already got a gun. Shall we give her that gun? No, actually we changed our mind. I'll do it again and we'll do Quinn because he's okay. He's not really into combat, but he can do it if he has to, and we'll get him to pick up the gun. Obviously we don't want Maki to pick up the gun. Maki will get up now after sleeping all day and doing nothing. She'll get up and eat. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've probably seen those kind of, there's been loads of movies and series where there's been plane crashes, people are stranded in different places, and Maki would be one of those characters that people just don't like because she doesn't do much. She gets depressed and stressed, and then all she does is get up and eat, where they've all been doing work all day, and they've probably not eaten as much because they've actually been out doing stuff. Maki's anxious, probably anxious that someone's going to come and slap her. Anyway, I don't mind Rita sleeping because she's been out doing things. Nova's been doing things. I'm going to see if we can just, for the sake of it, we can build a dartboard. So what we'll do, it requires a wall, and we can put it there on that wall there, and we'll build a dartboard. I don't know if that's going to make any difference. Some of them have things they particularly like, and it will tell you they like a punch bag, or they like shooting practice, or a dartboard, or musical instruments, whatever. But it's a leisure thing, and I haven't got any leisure things, so I'll put a dartboard there. Maybe that will make Maki happy. She's drinking. Yep, she's depressed and having a meltdown, but she's still got time to eat and drink tea. That's nice. So I dare say in the morning someone will build a dartboard, probably Quinn, who's going to sleep now. Nova is always the last one the first one kind of awake and the last one to be sleeping. She's always doing something, which is why I said I always find that. I mean, there's a few others that are Nova-ish, so they're good on combat, and they do other things. But I think the fact she's not got that meltdown possibility as well makes her kind of really good. So I know what Maki's going to do now. She's going to... The tea was a minor pain relief. I think that tea's got it's got some healing tonic because it came from these plants that you can make healing balm out of. So, working, they all went to sleep because they've had a hard day's work. She had tea and had food, and now she's gone for a nice walk. She's not going to get up and do anything, she's just going to get up and go for a walk. Okay, well, Maki, you just do what you're going to do. But I like that. I mean, I like that in the game a lot. You've noticed, I've said this in a few videos now, and like today's video, that Maki does this, and you know, I'm not picking on Maki. I think that's really good in the game, and like Nova's really great. And it doesn't matter, you might play this and you might think that somebody else is really great and Nova's awful, it doesn't matter. You might not like Nova because she's stoic and doesn't have a meltdown. Maki's going back to sleep, my God. Anyway, that's going to be called a coma. Anyway, but yeah, I think it's really good that you feel, I feel like attached to characters. It doesn't matter whether I don't like Maki or don't like somebody else, or like Nova or don't like somebody else. It's good that you have that feeling, because that's part of what this game is. It's got that extra element where it's not just like some bland villagers or some colonists doing tasks. You've actually got 4 characters that you kind of identify with. You can get annoyed with them. I mean, if Nova got just, you know, from just this playthrough, if Nova or even Rita or Quinn got ill, but especially Nova, I'd be like, oh my God, Nova's not alright, what can I do? Maki got it sick and I just didn't care, because I was like, she doesn't do anything anyway. Nova does healing. Actually, let's just check. So Maki's healing is 5. Healing is 5. So, you know, Maki, the only thing she does do, really, I mean, she does other things, but the only thing she really does that's anything special is healing and farming. Farming, you don't need that much. And healing, like I said, Nova does that, the same level as her. So, you know, why would you pick Maki, who can't do combat, doesn't really do construction, doesn't really do scavenging, doesn't really do crafting, has meltdowns, and it's hard to find things for her to do, whereas you could have Nova who does healing and she's the same level healer. So yeah, so it's just like I said. In a sense, it might actually be helpful in your game. I mean, I think I showed you in the last video where I compared different playthroughs, where I had one playthrough where I picked the kind of optimum people, but then they were kind of optimum, and they won't have any people hopefully having quick meltdowns or who I can't find anything to do things with. So in a sense, to make a realistic playthrough, you can do I think there's a random selection you can do, or you do need to pick the Makis and the Lalas or whatever the other ones I've had that I didn't do much at all, because that makes it more realistic. You wouldn't have 4 really great combat, crafting, construction people that don't have meltdowns and all good in. So in a sense, it makes it more real, but it depends what you want to do. I think I only picked that kind of optimum playthrough because I kind of got fed up with the Makis. Anyway, we've got to another night, everyone's gone to sleep. Like I said, I will probably do another video. We're all concerned if Maki will recover, right? So I'll probably do another video about this. Maybe not the next one. We'll see. Like, as you know, if you watch this channel regularly, I like to drop other videos about other games or subjects in when I can to break it up. And I'll probably try and find a different game to play in a kind of little mini series pretty soon. But I'll do at least one more on this, maybe a couple. So anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming, Stranded Alien Dawn. Until next time, take care. Bye.